Welcome back everybody to another TDT video, and welcome back to another ornament rating video. This one is a little bit different as we're going to be going through all of the hunter armor, and I've got three lovely gentlemen here to rate them on a scale of 1 to 10 as fast as they humanly can. I'm joined here with the ever-bot-tastic Electro, the handsome disappointment Scapegoat,
Hi.
and the living slab of meat Bob.
Hi, I'm Bob the Hot Dog.
I didn't know how to put
meat.
that. So this one's going to be a bit different. There's not as many ornaments this time around, and it's a little bit trickier with the exotic ornaments for armor because you can actually shade them, and how armor gets shaded is far more important than sometimes the actual, look of the thing itself. We're going to just be going through each of these. I'm going to be briefly showing off how they take shaders. Starting out with Knucklehead Radars, they only have one despite it showing two, and this is 9 Days Nights.
I kind of like that, actually. I would probably go with an 8.
I think it looks better than the base ornament, so 7.
It's a 7?
Coming over to Celestial Nighthawk. Celestial Nighthawk has 2. Victorian Silverhawk.
I like that sort of like almost samurai-esque look to it. Probably 7.
I'm not really a big fan of the ornamentalness of it, so I'd probably go with like a 3.
6.
Harfrengerd. Good. It sounds like somebody sneezed.
That's if Electro sneezes and when he's trying to say good. I like that a lot, actually. I like how it looks a lot more like that sort of intimidating hawk. I'd probably give that an 8.
Much more aggressive. I feel like it would look better if the hood was on. I understand we don't have it on, but I'd give that an 8 as well.
Yeah, that's an 8.
War Painted for Foe Chasers.
It looks better, but not too much better. I'd probably give it like a 6.
I don't know. It kind of looks like the same thing as before, but less badass. So probably like a 4.
Yeah, I'm gonna give it a 3.
Graviton Forfeit has 1, and it is Rigel Crossroads.
I like that. I like the much more animated flames in the center, if you want to call them that. I'd probably give that an 8.
I am a fan of it. I think it looks cool, but not as cool as the base helmet, so I'm gonna dock some points and give it a 5.
I'm gonna give it a 9.
Ooh, a 9. Electro Likey. That's a pretty divisive one, it seems. Like, some people really like it just base, and some people like it with this one. Wormhusk Crown has 1, the Gate Lord.
I mean, it's cool, but I don't quite like it too much. I'd probably give that like a 6.
You look like a minion 8.
I'll give it a 7.
I didn't even think about the minion thing. Now I can't unsee it, damn you. You son of a bitch. Assassin's Cowl just got a new one. The Gilded Memento.
Nice.
Yeah, I would probably say that's also an 8 or a 9. That one's really cool looking.
Yeah, I'd probably give that one like a 7 or an 8. It's very executionary.
Yeah, it kind of reminds me of that one movie. It's like that Spartan movie with like that.
Oh,
one
I
leader.
know exactly what you're talking about. The freaking the Persian king leader, emperor dude. I know exactly what you're talking about. Yeah. Anyway.
So I'm about to give that one an 8.
8, yeah. All right. Yeah, that's crazy. Like, I knew exactly what you meant despite you being super, like, vague about it. Mask of
so
Backers
cool,
has 1, Beastly Visage.
Holy shit! Yeah, that's like a 9.
Very, very angry.
I haven't seen
I
a
don't
lot
like-
of these before.
I don't like the chrome as much, but if it shades well, I'd probably give that an 8 or 9.
A 9.
Ooh, very popular one. Dang. By the way, I'm showing off. I've picked the shaders that I have because they each have a different way of shading, like in that first column. There's a lot of them that actually don't have ornaments, like Blight Ranger
We
just
skipped
doesn't.
one.
Yeah, Blight Ranger just doesn't. Young
Okay.
Akamkara Spine has Augmented Wish.
That's kind of cool. I kind of has like those little those Batman sort of spikes. It's just for comparison. I don't know how to describe them, but probably give it a 7.
I think it definitely looks cool. I'd give it an 8.
Yeah, 7.
I think what makes this one special is that the spine actually shades on this one, unlike the other one. Mechaneers doesn't have it, Aeon doesn't have it, but Shinobu's does have 1, and this is the Mantle of Remembrance.
Not really much. I'd probably give that like a 4. I mean, it changes it, but it doesn't make it really look cool. It just makes it look too different and kind of boring.
Yeah, I think they kind of took an already very boring looking exotic and made it look more boring. So it's like I'd give it a 2.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to give that one a 3.
Dang, low scores.
Like, to explain to me the difference between that and a legendary piece of armor.
Yeah, that's fair. That's honestly fair. I could totally see that. Sealed Akamkaras doesn't. Shards has 1, and that is Blued Steel.
I do like that a lot. It's better than like the other pattern that it has. I'd probably give that like an 8.
I think it's cool enough. I'd give it a 7, but it just looks like it just looks pretty basic.
Yeah, I definitely
Number.
like it being more like clean than it being rusty, so I'm gonna have to give that one a 7.
Yeah, that's interesting because like legendary armor has gotten a lot better, so it's like competing with the ornaments. You know, like this looks like legendary armor now. Oathkeepers has 1 unyielding.
I gotta say, Oathkeepers are fucking useless.
It's not about the exotic. It's about how it looks.
I got 4.
Yeah, it's just leather arms. 4.
I give it a 2.
Ooh, low marks. I actually really like this one personally. I found this one quite enjoyable despite Oathkeepers being kind of trash.
I must say, I might be heavily biased towards Titan armor.
Yeah,
Titan fashion in general.
We'll definitely get
Well,
the
if
Titan.
you want to hear that bias, comment on this and like the video.
We'll definitely get the Titan and Warlock later. Anyway, Liar's Handshake, charmed, I'm sure.
Not quite enough of what I would expect out of Liar's Handshake, but I do like the snake pattern, so I'd give that like a 7.
I really like the Cobra and the way like the thing on the hand kind of looks like the fangs and stuff. I think it's bold. I'd give that an 8.
That's an 8 for me.
All right, Liar's Handshake has a second one. Thalia's Reach.
Showing you. I'm gonna freaking stab you with this thing if you get close to me. I give that like an 8.
Yeah, super over exaggerating like the little assassin's blade thing. That's kind of badass. I would totally punch someone with that. I'd give that probably a 9.
I'll give that one a 7.
Really, I didn't like this one. When I was looking at these, because obviously I had to record this in advance, I didn't like this one. I much like the Cobra one, much better.
You're
Yeah.
the host of this.
I'm not biased at
People
all.
aren't coming to hear your opinion.
Yeah. I was surprised Kepri Sting didn't have any. Arthurus, I was surprised actually had one. I didn't expect Arthurus to because I thought Arthurus started to look pretty good. But for some reason, we can't access it, or this is a bug. I don't know. It's very odd. I don't remember seeing an Arthurus ornament. Electra, you run Arthurus. Have you ever seen an Arthurus ornament before?
Yeah, it's like a white and red like smooth texture.
Oh, is it a Guardians Games thing?
I think it is.
Gotcha. Yeah, I think the Guardian Games one don't show up in here because it's seasonal. And you have to buy it during the season, which is just stupid. But yeah, it's not available, so you know we can't judge it. Renewal Graphs surprisingly didn't have one despite their popularity.
Looks pretty cool on its own though.
Yeah, it's true. Calibans again, despite the popularity, nothing. Although Calibans does look really
cool.
Good. Yeah. Raid and Flux had 2 Nano Redux.
I do like the Siva nodes on it and that kind of thing. I'd give it like an 8.
I'm a big fan of the way they do Siva on here. The back is a little bare, but most hunters actually do wear cloaks, so I'd probably give that an 8.
Give it a 7.
I didn't like how the nanos didn't shade. I understand it's Siva, but you know, kind of stuck with red.
What happens if you try to paint Siva nodes? How would that work?
Good question. Lorax.
Realistically, it's like, can you paint over Siva nodes? I don't want to touch that thing.
Yeah. Thunder God.
I do like the little short blades in the back. I would probably give that like a 7 though. It's not as cool looking. It doesn't pop out as much.
Yeah, it just doesn't seem to be doing a lot for me. Like, there's not too much going on. I'd probably give that like a 5.
I give it an 8.
Your guys' opinions are all wrong. The comment section will tell you how wrong your opinions are.
Well, we know Electra is just running a random number generator in his protocol right now.
Yeah, true. All right, Dragon Shadow has 1 Tiamat.
Not really. It turns a dragon into not a dragon on there. I'd probably give that like a 4.
It makes an ugly exotic ugly but a different color, so 2.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to give that one a 1 because not much changed.
Ooh, ouch. Electro with the 1. I think that's the first time we've ever heard Electro give something a 1. He's normally pretty generous. Damn, Tiamat, you gotta step up your game. Ophidia Spades does have 1 ornament. I thought it had more, but apparently only 1. Queen Cobra.
It doesn't change it a lot, but it changes it enough for it to get like a 6 out of me.
Yeah, I think it's cool. They put an actual snake on there. Yeah, I'd give it a 7.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to give that too.
You don't like this one, Electro?
No, not really.
Interesting. Electro's not really a snake guy.
Hey, snakes.
6 Coyote, I thought had 1, but apparently, again, don't know where the ornament is. I kind of hate that there's not at least an option to see all the ornaments like there is with the weapons, so we have to go through each of these sequentially just to check, and then sometimes they're just not there. Why is the box even there if it's not? Anyway, sorry, content creator complaints aside. Wissenvest, I was surprised, had 1. Eerie Breeze.
Well, it's a little cooler. I'd probably give that like
Cooler?
like a... Okay, it looks better. Tiny, slightly. I'd probably give it like a 7. It's just like a lot of these chess pieces so far hasn't really been sticking out to me too much.
It kind of looks out of place with like the laptop coolant system on your chest or whatever. I don't know, like a 3.
Yeah, that's a 6 for me.
Raiju's Harness I thought had 1, but I guess not. Omnioculus, as you know, has a couple. Starting off with Leering Marrow.
Ugh, that's just creepy a little bit. I'd probably give that like a 5, though. It does kind of stick out a little bit, but. Ugh.
I don't know. I think it's kind of hot. Probably a 7.
You just like the midriff, you horny.
No, I like the boobies.
It's a 5 for me.
We're gonna get
5.
demonetized.
Yeah, this is how Bob is the one that gets us demonetized. Sweet Embrace.
God, it looks really freaking creepy to me, but it's kind of cool, so I'd give it like a 5.
Oh, the hands on that's actually, the hands are really cool. That's like hardcore horror stuff. I'd probably give that like a 7 and 8.
I'll give it a 6.
Lecto's really not giving any justification. He's just popping out numbers.
I told you he's running a random number generator.
Yeah, I think you're right. Gear Falcons has not had one yet, which I think it desperately needs, but that's okay. Lucky Pants has a couple, starting off with Deep Pockets.
Any different at all? I'd probably give that like a 3. Unless the thing changed, I can't tell though. Did the holster change?
It's a bit bigger.
3 still.
Bigger is better. I'll give it a 4.
I'll give it a 7.
Yeah, I really like this ornament. It's very Western looking. Fortunate Beast.
I mean, the scale pattern on the leggings makes it look a little bit better, so I'd give that like a 5 at most.
I think it looks cooler than they did before, but you know, it's still probably like a 5 or 6 for me.
Yeah, it's a 5 for me.
I know Cranky loves these pants, this particular ornament on these. He's going to be very upset at you. Coming up with Orpheus Riggs, which has 2. We got Calliope's or Calliope's Lullaby.
Again, it's kind of a shader at most, so probably 4.
I like the needler needles in the pocket, which is cool for me. I'd give it a 4 or 5.
That's a 6 for me.
All right, but there's one more for this one here, which is going to be divisive to say the least. Maybe, I don't know. Forest Ranger.
I do kind of like that a lot better with the footings. Jesus God, the boots. But the camo kind of throws me. Okay, with the shaders, it looks a little better, so I'd probably give that like a 6.
I don't know. It just looks like you let your shins to dangle off the side of the ocean for a century. It's like a 2.
A 7.
With barnacles?
Yeah. Is that not what those are?
I don't
those
think
are
so.
not barnacles.
I think that's supposed to be lichen, like on a tree. Stompy's is a very popular one. It has like 3. And starting off, Astro Strides.
Does look cool, I will admit. I'd probably give that like a 7.
Cool, so I'd bump it up to a 3.
Yeah, it's a 7.
Ooh, divisive opinions again. And I thought people would like the divisive opinions, like they'd like really grab to like one.
Nobody
particular
likes
person.
any of our opinions.
No, like everyone hated your
no.
opinions, whether you agreed or disagreed with them. Yeah.
Nobody ever even comments saying that they agree with us. They only say we disagree. Thanks a lot, guys.
R3
We
treads.
really have our backs on this.
R3 treads.
Sorry, did you even change the ornament? I can't tell.
Oh,
Like,
I thought that was a legitimate question.
3.
Boring and ugly 1.
I like that it doesn't have like the prosthetics on, but yeah, it's gonna be a 5 for me.
Turbo Kickers.
I like how you can kind of see the components in there too. I'd probably give that like, like a 7.
I don't know. They just look like Stompies. This is boring. They're 2.
I'll give it a 6.
I honestly had to do a double take as to whether these were actually ornamented or not, because they look very similar
Right.
to the original. Like, maybe I just see hunters with these all the time and I can't tell the difference, but coming into Gemini Jesters, a very difficult to work with exotic.
Difficult to
Drip-wise,
fight.
Trickster.
Yeah, not really. I'd probably give that like a 3.
I like that they're following the theme of jesters having terrible fashion sense. So I guess they get 3 for thematic purposes.
I give it a 1 again.
Geminis are so fun, but they're so hard to make look even remotely
What does that look like
decent.
originally?
Basically this. Bombardiers and Frosties do not have any, surprisingly. I thought for sure they'd have at least one. Star Eater Scales do too, which I did not know about. And the Tekali?
It just looks slightly different, but I'd give that like a 4, I guess. I like the little design of it.
I actually really like that. I'm a fan of that. I'll give that a 9.
Yeah, it kind of reminds me of like Monster Hunter armor. I'm gonna have to give it a 7.
I know if Crit were here, he'd be like, it's Cthulhu armor! It's a 10! You know, like that.
I see what you mean when you say it depends on how you shade it, though. It does look strikingly better whenever you shade it kind of like that, but...
All right, and the last one is Radiant Dance Machines, which doesn't have one. So yeah, that's about it. It's surprising how few ornaments there actually are for armor, which you'd expect there to be like more of, right? So you'll see on the screen right now what we put as our top rated exotic armor ornaments. Like I said, this one's a little bit faster, a little bit smaller of a video, but hopefully you enjoyed regardless. Let us know what your favorite ornaments are and whether you agreed or disagreed with us in the comments. Make sure that you leave death threats because no, I'm kidding. It always seems to be like that one person like, how in the world could you say insert ornament here? Is this insert number here? You know, it's a lot of fun. We have fun with it anyway, and I know you guys are having fun too. But I hope you guys enjoy this. Like I said, leave a like, subscribe if you do. Scapegoat, do you know the outro line?
Bless your faces and deuces.